friends, how are you this morning, this bright and sunny morning here in Western New York? My name is Tara Tom, and I am coming to you from, as I said, Western New York, a little town called Albion, right on the banks of the historic Erie Canal. And we're having a beautiful spring day here. The leaves have started popping out, the gardens are looking lush, and it's just a great springtime here. If you're local, you already know that. If you're not, then you don't know that. But you might be having a great springtime wherever you are. So we come on live every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Usually it's been mostly me. 99% of the time I think I've been here. But usually we have myself and Irene, and as you may know, she's been absent because she's been gallivanting around the world, well, the Eastern Seaboard and the Midwest. Anyway, she's back for a little while, so she's going to be helping today, and she's actually watching your comments along with Brenda, who is at the computer, ready to answer questions, whatever questions you may have. If you are watching from wherever you're watching, if you wouldn't mind typing in the comments where you're watching from, so we have an idea of who all is here and where you're watching from, so that we can say hi or just know who all is getting to watch us. So how many friends have we got so far, girls?
5.
5 friends. Hi, 5 friends. We're going to get started with the with what we're talking about. First thing we're going to do is talk about what's coming soon. We have some announcements. And we've been talking this up for a few weeks, but this is the second to last time we'll talk about it. Next weekend, we are going to Genesee Valley Quilt Fest, which is in Rochester, New York. It's a wonderful show. It's going to have 60 vendors, and 600 quilts are expected to be shown. So, yeah, it's going to be a really amazing event. It's on RIT campus at the Gordon Field House. Is that right? Is it Gordon? I spend a lot of time on campuses, so I'm not really sure which.
That doesn't sound right.
House. It's at the Field House on RIT anyway, and it's easily findable if you just Google Quilt Fest. The next thing that we've got on our list of exciting things to do is the Western New York Shop Hop. That is going to take place between May 31st and June 12th. Not to be confused with the all New York Shop Hop, which is not until next year. But the Western New York Shop Hop is about 21 shops, and they're in the Rochester and Buffalo. Some are a little bit closer to the Pennsylvania line area. And we are offering 20% off all fabric, half yard cut minimum. And we're going to have, for our shop, on Wednesday, I think it's Wednesday and Thursday, I have the dates, but I'm not sure of the days of the week. June 5th and 6th. Irene, do you remember what the days of the week were for the Tucker demos?
I believe they're Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay, so Irene says Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday and Thursday, just those two. During the shop hop, she will be offering demos on Tucker tools. So I'm sure we'll see some Tucker trimmer action and some wing clipper. And she may even show some of the more advanced tools. So if you're interested in learning more, she's the expert on those things. So those are the days to come. We also are going to have a few obstacles later on that weekend, which is why we're doing the demos in the middle of the week. And those are that the street's going to be closed off on the 7th and 8th, which is during our Strawberry Festival. So if you like a good festival and are interested in getting yourself a bloomin' onion, come on down on that day. If you'd rather be able to park in front of the shop, come down on a different day. We also, I can't remember, I was going to say, we're going to be open late on Saturdays, and we're going to be open on Sundays, only during shop hop. We're not changing our hours permanently, but on Sundays we're going to be open from 12 to 4. These are the 2 Sundays between May 31st and June 12th. And on Saturdays we're going to be open from 10 until 4. 4 is the later time because normally we're open until 2. So just wanted to give you all a heads up on that so that you could plan your route accordingly. I know that I sent out a list of shops and a map on my last email. We'll send it out again on this email. If you're not on the email list, just write your email in the comments and we'll get you right on that list. All right, so those are the two things we've got coming up besides that are like outside of the shop. But inside of the shop, last Saturday, we launched our new schedule for classes. And so from now until this schedule is done, we're going to be highlighting at least one, maybe two classes every Facebook Live. And I just realized that that's Irene's job. So Irene is going to come and show you what we've got coming up. Here she is.
It didn't occur to me, I was just sitting here.
She's like, wait, what am I saying?
Hi everybody, I have missed you, hopefully you've missed me too, but I have been on a month-long jaunt with my lovely sister Beverly, and we've done lots of stuff, and I can't wait to tell you about it at some point in time. So, classes.
She's not very loud.
I'm not very loud?
Oh, that's interesting.
That's odd, because I'm usually really loud. Hang on. Let me
Looks like it's on.
Now I am?
Maybe it was in a fold.
Okay, let me carefully put this on.
It could have been.
Okay, so is that better? Yes? Okay. Sorry, I missed you in case you missed that part because I wasn't very loud. Imagine that, me not being loud. Okay, class we're going to highlight today is what you see behind me, which is called the 9-patch pivot quilt. It is gorgeous, and our dear friend Brenda made this sample. It is beautiful. I have it hanging crooked, so that's me. But this quilt can teach a lot of things. It is really for an intermediate beginner. I think some of the skills that are involved are a little bit advanced, but if you like the challenge, then this is the quilt for you. As you can see, you do have a 9-patch, but you also will get some practice in bordering it, okay? You will also get practice in strip piecing to make the 9-patch. You'll have a square and a square exercise. One thing Brenda wanted to make sure I pointed out was that these are floating points, and if you don't know what that means, it just means they don't line up exactly with the edge. They float inside the square and a square, and that's a good thing because you don't have to worry about them matching perfectly. That is annoying if you've ever done it. It's very annoying. So you've got some leeway here. Now, if you're looking at this quilt and going, I'm never making a big quilt again, then don't, because you don't have to make the whole thing. Okay, the whole quilt takes 21 fat quarters. All right, if you only want to, and I'm not sure how much is in the camera, but if you only want to do 6 of them, that's a beautiful table runner. Or add the other 2 and have a longer table runner. You could do 4 and have a table topper. You can learn the technique, and then whatever you want to do is up to you. This is another good exercise in color play, because you will notice that Brenda likes her Kansas Trouble-y looking kind of stuff, which is awesome. It looks beautiful in this quilt, but she picked a gorgeous color to make it pop, and that's important. I mean, think about if she had picked black, it would have all mushed together. So you really need to think about your color play in here, because this, even though it's not loud and obnoxious, you know me, I would have picked like a bright orange or something. It makes it stand out. Otherwise, you would lose it in all of this. But gorgeous quilt, excellent skills that can be learned from making this quilt. And again, you don't have to make all of them. You could make part of them and make a runner, make a table topper, make a, oh, what do you call those things? On the end of the bed.
Bed runner?
Bed runner, which is just a table runner made bigger, whatever. So, you don't have to do a whole quilt. If you were going to do a whole quilt, this is beautiful. And I think you could play with color here, keeping in mind your zinger, okay? You could do so much with this. Now, that's the wrong one. here are the specific, I got it right, yes, I even have it right side up. So, it is 2 sessions, because she's going to teach you how to do the piecing and all that. And it is Wednesday, July 10th, and Wednesday, July 24th. It is $64, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. each day. Okay? Sign up, because this is a gorgeous quilt. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about is near and dear to my heart is electric quilt. And I thought we had a copy of the thing. Anyway,
Of what thing?
of this. It's right behind you, but that's okay. We can do it from this. Electric quilt. If you are unfamiliar with electric quilt, it is a computer program that you download onto your computer, and it allows you to design your own. It has basic blocks in it. You can add blocks to that. You can add an entire encyclopedia if you want. It also has fabrics on it, and you can download from the website. You can download fabrics. I went to cross my legs, and it was ugly. Because we are offering this, Alice Dunn is going to teach you, and she wanted to show what you can do with it. This is something that she designed.
Can I bring it up here?
Yes, you can.
Oops.
And what you can't see on that page is it will break everything down. It will tell you how much fabric you need, how many units you need, and so forth. So it's an excellent program. I spent 3 days in Ohio, at Perrysburg, Ohio, at a Bowling Green facility, learning about electric quilt. Again, there's so much to know. This is my 2nd year going. And hi, Linda Randall, she was there too. And it's amazing. So if you want to start with it, okay, you really, I mean, if you're the kind of person that can buy it, read a manual and go with it, God bless you, because I'm not. I can read quite well. But it was so much better to have someone show you the basics, and that's what Alice will do. So, the best news is that the class is 3 sessions on Tuesdays, June 22nd, July 27th, and August 17th, if I read it right. They are on Saturdays, so if you want to take it and you are working, you can pop in here on a Saturday. And the times, as you saw, are 10 a.m. to 12:30. So it's not a huge commitment of time on your Saturday morning. The other good news is you can save 10% on the program. So it is normally $239.99. By saving 10%, you only pay $215.99 for the program. It's a very comprehensive program. It has lots of ins and outs and techniques and all kinds of things. I had so much fun creating. And so I really think you should, if you're at all interested in design, or if you just have, you know what it's great for? Yeah, all those scraps. All those scraps, you can create a scrappy quilt. And then you know what to cut the pieces, how to, you know, how much you need, everything. So, this class, as we said, is on, they're Tuesdays, they're not Saturdays. I thought we put them on Saturdays. They are on Saturdays.
Does that say Tuesdays?
It says Tuesdays.
Oh.
I know we put it on Saturday, unless you moved it.
I didn't move anything.
6/22 is a Saturday.
I
know it is, because that's my niece's graduation party. It's okay, it's not Saturday, just
ignore the Tuesday part on there.
That part. Okay, we totally lost my train of thought.
6/22 is a Saturday.
Thank you. So, if you come in at 10 a.m., she'll get you started. There are some prerequisites that you need to get it loaded, so you gotta order it, you gotta get it. This will give you plenty of time to let us know you want to do it, so we can order the program. And you've got to have it loaded onto your laptop. I use the laptop. That works the best. I have a dedicated laptop that only does that, but you don't have to have that. I just happen to have an extra laptop I wasn't using. And get you underway. It's got a registration number in here, the whole 9 yards for you to get the program. Okay? So, the classes, the 3 sessions are $75. And then the program is $215.99. Now maybe you bought the program a while ago and haven't done anything with it. Then you desperately need these Saturday classes, okay? Because I had the program for 2 years. Opened it, looked at something, and closed it again. So it gives you an idea of what you're able to do. I really think, having just gotten back from a workshop, I think this is such a valid product, especially if you want to get into design. It also gives you an awareness of what goes into design, the parameters, everything, and it's fun. It's a rabbit hole, guys. One thing I strongly suggest is do not open that program at 8 o'clock at night, because next thing you know, you'll look up and it's well after midnight. So keep that in mind. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And Alice will do a great job teaching you. Okay, she taught this once before, and I'd be interested to know how many of those ladies have actually used it and might be coming back just to get a refresher. Okay? All right, Tara is going to talk to you about a product spotlight. Thank you.
So I got a little out of the habit of not being the only one behind the counter here. So I'm back. I have no idea what I'm going to say, so I'm going to look at my notes. But another thing I wanted to say is if you decide to sign up for this class, when you're looking for software, you can absolutely buy it here. You get a 10% off. You can buy it somewhere else. We're okay with you doing that. But one thing you want to watch out for is there are items for sale out on the internet that are not what is in this box. So you might think, oh, I found a deal on Amazon for $110, and what you're going to get is not going to work for the class. It may even be someone else's copy, meaning it's already been registered, and so
you can't
just
register.
kind of buyer beware on that, because they are out there. But if you find it for around between 200 and 240 range, that's probably going to be a legitimate, not bootlegged or otherwise altered software for you. So just wanted to give a little buyer beware cautionary note. All right, so we have recently gotten in. We, as many of you know, we have a long arm quilting operation here, and so we try to keep some wide backs in stock because it's really a great economical way to put a backing on, especially a large quilt. Our wide backs most of them are 108 inches wide. I think we do have one that's 120, but for the most part, they're 108 inches wide, so that if your quilt, one of the dimensions is smaller than, say, 103, which most of them are, then this is a great opportunity to not have to piece your back or figure out the math or anything. And we recently got 2 different bolts. I'm going to show you the cream and gold colorway. We also have here a gray, black, and white colorway. But this is an ombre confetti.
I love
from
that.
Moda. And it starts out, this is the middle of it because it's folded in half. It starts out with very sparse polka dots in the middle. And then by the time you get to the edge, they're very filled in with different shades of, this is gold or tan. This, I'm trying to figure out if this has a little bit of metallic. I think it does have a little bit of metallic to it. So this is pretty creamy. It's not white, it's cream. And I think this would be a really good backing for a very long quilt. So if it's like 100 inches long, this would look really cool on the back. So we have 2 colorways of this. This one is the cream and gold, and then the other one,
Do you want me to move this?
yes, thank you. The other one I'm not going to open up, but it is light gray or dark gray in the middle, and goes down to, wait, where's the middle? Oh, the middle's here, sorry. The middle is here, because this is
There you go.
double
That's
folded,
good.
because it's 108. And then much darker gray on the edges. Both edges would be like this, and then this would be the middle. So this is more of a white than the other one, that's more creamy. But I am super excited to try one of these out on the back of somebody's big old quilt. So maybe I'll talk Irene into doing it in a couple of months. All right, so there's that. Would you mind taking that too? I also, while I was thinking about the ombre backings, I thought, you know, we have some other ombres in the store, and maybe you don't even know about them because we have them sorted in with the other quilt or fabrics of the same color. This is one example, and this one doesn't go light to dark to light. This one just goes light to dark. And this is called Layers or something like that. This is from Northcott's Soar line.
Very watercolory.
Yeah.
It's not a wide back.
No, this is not wide. This is just 45. But it has this nice gradation of color. This would be great if you were piecing and you wanted, you know, to look like 2 or 3 or even 5 fabrics that are different, but it's all from the same bolt. So this would be a great addition to a, what do you call it, landscape quilt too.
Yeah.
So,
It would also make incredible borders.
yes.
I think that would be so cool in a border. You could do cut with the fabric and start out dark on the bottom, work your way to lights, then piece it so that it goes light to dark on the top. I think that would be gorgeous.
That would be fun. So there's that one. That one is on the website under the Facebook Live tab. These are not going to be on the website because we don't have pictures of them, but these are a similar idea with the gradation of color. This one is light gray in the top and black on the bottom, maybe charcoal on the bottom. Beautiful. This one has a little band of light green in the middle here.
I love that one.
This one is a nice teal to green. And then we have quite a few pinks. Someone is in a pink mood when she was ordering the ombres. So this one goes to a light pink, from a light pink to a magenta. Similar colorway here, although I'm going to have Irene hold this up to the camera because it's got a tiny bit of a print on here.
Kind of a texture.
I don't know if I can get it so you can. Okay, we got an extra string here. There we go. It's like a textured. If you do applique, like I'm thinking Sue Pellin, where you have the long templates, these make amazing flower petals because you can get all the hues at one time.
And even if you were doing little flower petals, you could do one from this, and
Yep.
one from that, and one from that.
Yep.
There's another pink from Moda. And then one last pink. These are all different.
That one's a little more
Pink.
salmony.
Yeah. Also from Moda. So if you're in an ombre kind of mood, you know where you can find some. Right here, Town and Country Quilt Shop. All right, one last thing I wanted to talk about. This is a little known, well, I think it's little known, but what do I know? You all might already know about it. So this is a bolt of what Helen calls Fusable Fleece. And this is a product that can be used in all sorts of arrangements. You can use it in bags, you can use it in little, I think, do we use it in soft books?
I don't know.
think we could.
I never have, but you could.
I'm getting looks of doubt from my girls here, but I think you could if you wanted to. And this is, the cool thing about this, I don't know how many of you have used like a spray adhesive, a basting spray, but those are kind of smelly and kind of unpredictable. And so this is an alternative to that, where it has a fusible side here, where you can iron your top of your table runner, or if you're doing a soft book, whatever, you can fuse it to what this is like a very thin batting. And it's a great product to kind of get around the spray basting idea. And also add some body to your project. So you may see on the website that we're out of stock, but you can see right here we're not. We just got it in. We just haven't gotten it in.
Now, I have used this. I made a table topper that was, I think it was hexagon. And I was in a hurry because it was for the fall. So all I did was put this, I fused it to my table topper and left this because it acts as a grippy on my table. I didn't put a back on it. And then I just did a little bit of quilting, put a little binding on it, and just left it so that this was what was on the back. Kind of like doing like a felt tablecloth kind of thing.
Yeah, little shortcut.
So I've done that too.
So if you want to come in and feel this, because it, it has a feeling. We like to feel stuff when we're shopping for fabric. It is with the interfacings right next to the register. So that is that. That is my product spotlight. So what else have we got here? Is it Irene's turn?
Is it item of the month?
Sure is.
All right.
I did, those of you who were here that past couple of weeks, I did talk about the item of the month, but I think Irene's going to do a better job of that.
Oh, stop.
We'll see.
All
It's
right.
not a contest, right?
It's not a contest. All right. I love my item of the month. And this is a good one. I use, as you all know, I use rulers all the time. No matter who makes them. Doesn't matter. I use them. And this bundle for the item of the month is a phenomenal one for multiple reasons, but primarily for this one alone. This is 6.5 by 12.5. These are creative grids, which means they're grippy. Okay. It also means you have whole measurements and half measurements. Some people hate that. I don't know what's wrong with you. These are amazing. Because when you go to cut, you make sure the right side's up, and you can either do whole measurements or flip it and do half measurements. It's perfect. I have probably 5, maybe 6 of these because I keep putting them in with all my projects and forget where they are. I also carry one in each of my gadget kits. So I've got one here. I've got 2 at home. For retreats and stuff, I always have one of these in there. So there's this one. Sorry, I had the label upside down. There's this one. Then the bundle also includes a 6.5-inch square. Very, very helpful. And you don't only have to cut 6.5. You can cut all the way up. And again, you can do whole size or half sizes. That's a nice size. Because many blocks are either 4.5, 5.5, or 6.5 when you're doing pieces. And speaking of 4.5, look at that, isn't that cute? So a 4.5-inch square. And again, very useful. What these are really nice for, if you're doing the 4.5-inch and you are fussy cutting, you set the whole ruler down. Instead of figuring out, okay, I need 4.5, so where does it have to fall? Nope, this is the whole thing. It shows you your 1/4-inch seam on one side, 1/2-inch seam on the other, but it's got the markings you can figure out. So if you're fussy cutting a 4.5-inch unfinished square, then you can see right where the pattern's gonna fall. That's very helpful. So these 3 together, if you were to buy them individually, actually, it would be $59.48. But with our bundle, all 3 are $47.59. That's amazing, considering this one alone is $26. Okay, so I think you should jump on this. And don't forget, with this bundle, it is pre-ordered. So you prepay, you pre-order on the website or come on in, and we are taking orders till the end of the month. And then the first of the month, Tara orders everything. It comes in and we give you a call. Usually comes in about a week or so. And we give you a call that they are in. Okay, so I would jump on this bundle if I were you, especially for everybody. A beginner, wow. for the seasoned, seriously, how long have I been quilting? And I have 5 or 6 of them. So everybody could use these, everybody. And these fit quite nicely in your pack if you're going to a retreat. So you have all your sizes. Life is good. So pre-order, prepay by the end of the month. Do not wait. Do you know how many times I've heard, oh, I was going to pre-order, but I was waiting till the end and then it was too late. Don't make it too late. Do it now, get it done, and you can go on to thinking about other May type things. Okay? Don't forget, Memorial Day is at the end of the month. And you got picnics and you got all kinds of stuff. You got college graduations, you got proms, you got everything. Do it now so you don't forget. Okay? All right.
Or you have college graduations and proms.
Or yes,
if you're me.
Tara, you got it all. You've got college graduation, prom, and then you've
High
got
school
another
graduation.
High school graduation, and occasionally she has to run the store. So you know she's superwoman. So all right, why do I have scissors?
Because we are also talking about other basics that people might not have or know about.
Oh, that's why it says right there.
Yep.
All right, we're kind of on a basics kick to get everybody situated with the basics. Like I said, been quilting forever. But you know what? I always need scissors. I either lose them or they go dull. And I do have them sharpened occasionally, but you know what? They're never that as nice as the first time. So we're going to show you some of our, and she picks these. I love these. Karen K. Buckley, best scissors out there. I just absolutely love them. And they range from the big ones, okay? This pair is $35.99. Now, I'm sure my mother would have a heart attack at $35.99 for a pair of scissors, but she's also 96. So she's allowed to do that. But I don't know about you, but a good pair of scissors is worth its weight in gold, let me tell you. If you don't need the longer ones, we have shorter ones. Okay, I have all of these, by the way. I'm addicted.
My favorite.
Yep, and I'm getting indications from Brenda that the next one we're going to show you is her favorite. It's my favorite too. They're the handiest little things. Look at these little devils. See my hand? Look how little they are. They're so cute. And
Oops.
I have 4 or 5 of them. I keep them right by my sewing machine at home. I have them in each of my packs. They're just handy. Now, granted, I have a thread card on my machine, on my big machine. I still use these all the time because you've got the little, it cuts it, but then you got the little ones at the beginning. You need it, especially if you use a leader. If you use a leader, you're going to have to snip that thread. Okay, so these are perfect. They get into tiny little spots. I've even used them as a seam ripper before because they are so sharp.
I'm going to put it.
Can you see them?
I'm trying to get them in focus.
Do you want something? Oh, I can't. I was going to put something white behind it. There.
Let's try that.
Something white behind it. There. They're adorable.
So they're
adorable.
very sharp. I don't know if you can hear, but they've got a little bit of a serration to them, which grips the fabric as you're snipping it. So I was hoping, I don't think you can see it, but
you probably can. It's very fine.
yeah.
Very, very fine.
Yep.
But like
They're
I
a
said,
great tool.
I've even ripped seams with it because I couldn't find my seam ripper, and that end is so tiny. It works out really well. So again, some basics for not only the beginner, but for those of us who've been at it a little while, you just may need to restock. That's an important thing. Same way with the rulers. I lose them. So
Sometimes they get worn out too.
and they do get worn out, especially if you're using it to cut. You can put little nicks in them. And they say you can get an emery board. That only lasts for so long. And you're still cutting off part of it. So now it's not straight. So I would definitely invest in some new material if you already have them. Or if you don't have some of these, you might want to get them for your kit. Okay, we all have kits. All right, are we ready for 3, 2, 1?
Mm-hmm.
All righty. 3, 2, 1. I love it. Between item of the month and gadgets, 3, 2, 1 is right up there. Is my favorite. And for those of you who don't know, 3, 2, 1 is how we end our show. And what we do is we find a fabric that we're gonna make $3 a yard. Then we find something in the store that we might have 2, maybe 3 of that has, needs to find a new home. And then we have one which is something that we might have 1 of that again needs to find a new home. And these are discounted. 2 and 3 are discounted. Obviously 3 is because, or 1 and 2, excuse me. What did I do with them? Oh, no. I swear they were here. I put them somewhere.
Are you looking for the fabric?
Yeah, here's the fabric. Oh, yeah, and there's everything
Good
else.
thing they're not a snake.
I know. I thought I stuck them under here, but that's okay. It's been a while, okay? It's been a whole month. All right. This is our $3 fabric. Amazing, isn't it? This would make a beautiful bag. Okay, it would make a really, 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 really pretty if you fussy cut. I love this flower. I don't know what it is. Zinnia, maybe? I don't know. I don't know my flowers. That's Brenda's department. But fussy cut these guys out, whatever. So we have approximately 8 yards. Really? Okay, maybe. And it is going to be $3 a yard. This would be actually a nice background or backing for a table topper too. And then when you got bored with the front, you could just flip it over and see the pretty flowers. Okay, so that's $3 a yard. My 2. Hang on, I gotta check and see which is which. 2 is the Stripology book. And I think we only have 1 of them. So, even though it's 2, we have 1 of them. It's all good. So, if you've never used Stripology, I've got a deal for you. I mean, Stripology is my favorite. Gives you very good instructions. Here are some of the quilts in this book. It is regular $15.99, and it is one of them. This is all we got is $8.99. That's all we got. And I love Stripology, so if you need help, let me know. And our last number 1 is a Clearview 60-degree acrylic ruler. It has the point. A lot of 60-degree rulers cut off the point to give you your 1/4 inch. This does not. In some patterns, you need the point. You gotta have the point. So this is normally $29.95, and it is on sale for $16.99. This is it. This is all there is. So, and we won't reorder. Okay. So if you want this one, it's a one-of-a-kind deal for $16.99. We'll reiterate. Number 2 is the Stripology book. Regular $15.99 for $8.99. And there are a bunch of patterns. I was going to tell you how many patterns you would get for $8.99. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It probably says on here somewhere. 6 patterns for $8.99. That's pretty darn good. And then this beautiful $3 a yard fabric. It's so pretty. You gotta see it. It's just gorgeous. Look how pretty it is. And again, lots of ideas. A bag, really, really, really cool.
Stack and whack.
Stack and whack would be nice. If you're a someone who does stack and whack, you would really, really, really like this fabric.
I think it would work for a backing too.
It would definitely work for a backing. Like I said, if you get bored with the front, you could flip it over to this. There's about 8 yards. When it's gone, it's gone. We've had fabrics that go before we can get everything cleaned up. And that's the other thing. These are on the website, and they are here in person. However, if somebody jumps on the website and gets it, obviously, we can't sell it in person. So as soon as it's done, and it's gone. Same way with Stripology and the Clearview triangle. As soon as they go, we're done. Okay?
Bless
so,
you.
Bless you, Brenda. So, I think that's it for today. I'm so glad to be back. Unfortunately, I will miss a couple more weeks for some training with certified instructors of Studio 180. And then I'm going on vacation with my entire Henyon family. So I will miss that date also. But then I'm back. Once I get back from the Studio 180, I'm here until October, except unless I go see my babies, which are gorgeous. So, all right. If there's no questions, Miss Brenda, I think we can say goodbye. And it was very nice to talk to you all again. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.